Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They hella deep, 20 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Brian, and Reeves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome to Pod Chef, the podcast where we give you thoughts for food. I'm your host, Jamal. With me is my co-host, as always, Reeves. Say what's up.
What's up, people?
And with Reeves, as always, is...
Ooh, say hello to the people, brah.
Hey, everyone. I can't wait to give you my thoughts for food, like we do every week, once a month, around that.
I mean, we do.
We've been load managing.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about it. LeBron James is a big investor on the podcast, along with Tom Colicchio, and he said, so I've noticed you guys have been doing an episode a week for almost 3 years straight, and that takes wear and tear on your body. And you guys should be, taking maybe 2 weeks off a month. One of you should be posting on social media old episodes.
With no context.
With no context whatsoever.
Just a picture of the Spotify screenshot.
Just to try and get people listening to the podcast still. But take it easy. I know people pay big money to come see you guys perform, but sometimes the stars got to take a break,
He said, hey, come over to my house. You guys can walk a mile in my shoes, which they are worn down.
Yeah.
Also, that's just the walk from the driveway to his house.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's
gravelly
long driveway. It's not paved either. Lemon trees the whole way down, both sides.
Yeah.
Rotten.
Oh, yeah. They were. I think lightning had struck. I mean, and this is truly wild. Every single tree. Now, they hadn't split, but it had created some kind of radioactivity or something like that within the lemons, and it caused them to rot.
Yeah.
And it created a superhero in Lemon Man. But so we got our way up to LeBron's house, and he was like, hey, you guys need to know how it's like to go the long haul in your career.
Yeah.
And he was like, take a look about this. Turn on the TV, Lakers game live going on. He's like, wait, you guys, do you see me there? We're like,
no, you're right in front of us.
Yeah.
I thought I did. I pointed, I said, isn't that you? And Jamal was like, hey, man, don't do that. That's racist. And then LeBron said, no, actually...
that's not what I said. What I said was, hey, don't do that. We're not on the podcast.
Okay, yes. You can't be racist because we're not on the podcast. You can't
do that. We're not on the podcast. You're not safe to do that.
But LeBron said, no, actually, it is me in big quotations. And he says, that's Puppet LeBron. And people don't even know. Yeah. I didn't know.
I didn't notice it either. And he's like, I just lay back, collect a paycheck. He's like, I'll be around the next few seasons. This is how you do it.
There's so many strings from the rafters that
you think you would see them on TV?
You'd see them, but they're very hard to see.
They're really thin. Puppet LeBron dropped 22, 10, and 7.
Yeah. I had a pretty good game, like a
solid
game, and that's not even the real LeBron. I mean, really, the only time you can notice that it's a puppet is when, like, the camera drone occasionally runs into the strings and gets caught up.
You see LeBron kind of go, and everyone's like, "What's LeBron doing?"
He just takes off, and people are like, "He is the next Air Jordan."
Space Jam.
Yeah,
they cover for it really well. The sports guys, they really like when Reggie's like, I don't know. Looks like he's just jumping really high. I believe it.
He's in on it. They're all in on it.
Yeah, I do like that both real LeBron and Puppet LeBron, when you look underneath their foot, it says "Made in China."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The NBA, of course, is very invested in China. There was a whole thing with the who did the bad thing? The
John
Rockets
Cena.
owner? John Cena, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The owner of the Rockets, John Cena. What did he do again?
We don't have to talk about it.
We don't have to get into
So
it now.
let's just say that's the last time we were invited to LeBron's house.
Mm-hmm.
But we
But
are
of
load
course, there is
managing.
Lemon Man because of it.
We are load managing. But next year, I mean, we're about to do this end of year. You guys know this year's coming to an end, and next year,
This year,
next year, yeah, this year's coming
that
to an
was
end.
this year.
That happened this year. So
this year,
next year we are going to be maybe. What's the opposite of load management?
Taking big loads.
Next year we're going to be taking big loads.
Mm-hmm.
Massive loads. We've already been sent the form to fill out to get back to Awesome Con. We're going to do that.
Yeah.
I've already sent out more emails to Top Chef guests who probably will ignore it. Done.
Check.
I keep messaging Allie Rome, or as you all call her, Allison Roman, to say come on the podcast, and she will ignore it.
We've already established that she stole our idea and did a podcast.
Yeah.
I heard that.
So
fucked up.
next year is going to be big. So stay tuned. And if you are a listener, please just take the 25 seconds it takes to leave a nice review of this podcast. It really helps us out. Really helps us get into that algorithm for other people. They come check out the podcast.
Yeah. If you could just hang on for a little while longer, listener, because there is a new season of Top Chef coming out.
Yes.
And if you've maybe stopped listening or you're thinking about stopping listening because
wrong time to do it.
We're not talking about anything.
Yeah.
Half of us aren't there most of the time. We're taking a few weeks off. And when we are there, it's clearly phoned in.
Mm-hmm.
The new season's coming and Padma's not there. And we got stuff to talk about then.
We got stuff to talk about.
That's the playoffs, right? When the new season starts, playoffs start. Season's fucking long. Like I'm gonna show up for every game. No, at this point in my career, hell no. But I'm showing up for the playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let
me tell you something. Before people
Pete.
started talking about load management, I was doing load management. All right. Just wasn't calling it that.
Yeah. And look, we've been taking big loads for 3 years.
Fucking massive loads.
So, yeah, we took some load management, but we're going to get back to taking big loads again.
And now you need to ask yourself, as one of the listeners of this podcast, can you take one of our big loads?
Or could you give us a big load?
I would love for one of the listeners of this podcast to give me one of your big loads.
And maybe write that in your comment for us. How you would give us your big load.
And I'm not scared of you. I'll look you face to face while you give me a big load in my face, because I'm not turning my back on any of the listeners of this podcast.
No, they'll take them right in the face.
I'll take the loads right to the chin.
I think this is the kind of stuff that gets people to stop listening to our podcast.
Our recommitment to the podcast? Yeah, okay.
All right, Reeves, welcome back. You've been gone a while.
I have. It's nice to be back.
I don't have to cover for you anymore in any of these emails I get from Tom. This is good.
Well, speaking of Tom.
Uh-oh.
Good, about time.
I don't know about you guys, but I hadn't heard from him in a while.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard anything very unusual. Silent treatment, which is like not, you normally get those late night texts, you get those random emails, knocking at the door, putting Trump signs in your yard, that kind of stuff. So I reached out.
Sticker on my car.
Yeah.
He did it. I didn't do it.
No. We didn't even get those where you live, So I reached out to him and I just said, "Hey, Tom, what's going on? What's up? What have you been up to?" And I just got, this is an email I sent. Just, that's a safe way to correspond with Tom.
Yeah.
Email easier. I'm not going to get bombarded with stuff. He just, within like less than a second, responds and just writes scapping.
Okay.
And so I just wrote back, what do you mean by that? And he said, I have been very employed since, around the summer in Hollywood, helping with big scripts. Because he said everyone was gone and I was willing to work.
This was his time to push his agenda.
So I was like, okay, that seems unethical. Really sorry to hear that. But,
I actually am on the side of Tom on this.
Oh, really?
Oh, you are? Okay. You and Ellen and...
Get back to work.
Yeah, who's the other woman that did it? That did the show? Tried to do
you
the show?
You get paid more money when you
Kelly
write better
Clarkson.
stuff.
Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in good company.
Bill Maher.
Oh, yeah. You guys ever watch that, his YouTube show?
No.
It's wild.
Is it not on HBO anymore?
Probably not. He's you know what? It might be on HBO. Anyway, he's got a YouTube. It's wild. Anyway, so I say, Tom, anything, again, I emphasized I feel like it's unethical, but I was like, anything that I would know or that is exciting that you got coming up. And he said, I just helped finish up a script for a holiday movie. I went, oh.
Very hot right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Very appropriate, very hot. And I guess they were trying to expedite a lot of these things as they got these scabs in. They want to get stuff out for the holiday season. And I was like, okay, what's the name of the movie? He said it's called Jurassic World, Dominion of the Fallen Kingdom, an annual Christmas holiday extravaganza.
Okay.
So
I'm intrigued.
Already feels
interest.
A bit like a combination of movies that exist, but all right, Tom.
Yeah.
What movie's not a combination of movies that already exist? I mean, freaking what? What's a movie that came out this year? Name one. I'll tell you the movies that made it. Name any movie that came out this year. I'd do it, but this is my experiment to tell you what it's made of.
Barbie,
great. Barbie is made out of two movies. The first one, of course, Anchorman, and the second one, of course. Hold on, I'm thinking about Barbie. Great, Dark Knight. What else?
Oppenheimer's.
Ooh, Oppenheimer. Great. Oh, that's an easy one. It's Ghostbusters and Gangs of New York. With a little tiny bit of Weekend at Bernie's. Just a little bit of Weekend at Bernie's is in there. And you could tell.
The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Come on, give me a hard one here. That is, of course, Deep Throat and the Flintstones, Viva Rock Vegas.
Lady Ballers.
Lady Ballers. I didn't see Lady Ballers, but I know about it.
Because he hates women.
Yes.
I did the Barbie movie. Made out of two men movies, of course.
You went there because you dressed like Ken. You didn't dress like Barbie.
I was doing a Ken.
I saw the photos.
Well, okay, I'll do Lady Ballers and then we're done. Okay, one more and then we'll do Lady Ballers and then we're done. Okay, It is, of course,
Super Mario Brothers, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, yeah. Jamal knew it's Super Mario Brothers, the original one from the '90s with the little tiny head of the Goomba guys, and Five Nights at Freddy's, which is a video game.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Well, that's just made of the other Mission Impossible movies.
Blue Beetle.
Look, I've proven that I can do it. Let's continue.
The Iron Claw.
I've proven that I could do it, and I did it great. So let's just move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
So, I was intrigued because it's just like holiday Jurassic World movie. Didn't know that was a thing. No. And so I wrote back. I was like, that sounds fascinating. What did you do for it? And he just said, I wrote the ending.
Cool.
I said,
let's hear it. You got it?
He did send it to me. He did send it to me.
Are we allowed to? Is this like a DNR thing?
This, I think, will be okay. The only slight problem is this is a song.
Okay.
So I don't know if we'll get kicked off of Spotify.
Okay.
But I'm not going to sing it. I'm just going to.
Fine.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
So just for a little context, you know, everyone in the Jurassic World family is outside enjoying themselves to a concert sung by, he says it's Santa Claus, but parenthetical, Tom C. So he's putting on a concert at the very end. And they're like out in the woods somewhere.
Yeah, Jurassic
Snowy
Park,
night.
in the woods.
Holiday. You know, gotta set the scene. Okay, so here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, chefs, scientists, dinosaurs, and clones.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know what time of year it is?
This is the ending?
This is the last thing that happens.
All right.
In the I mean, do you need me to repeat the title?
No, it feels like a recap, but it's the ending. Keep going.
I could get a refresher of the title.
The title again. Hold on, let me pull it up.
We've gone kind of far since you've heard that, so just so we're all back on the same page.
It is. So you know what? It's. I think I got something that can help with it. So it is Jurassic World, Dominion of the Fallen Kingdom, an annual Christmas holiday extravaganza, or if you have trouble remembering that, JW.Foch.
JW.Foch.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could help you. Okay.
That is easier.
Device.
Mm-hmm. So the Santa Claus singing says, "What time? What? What?" And they all go, "It's Christmas time." Santa Claus goes, "What? Oh, Christmas time. You guys all been good this year? Cooking and raising dinosaurs real hard?" Now this is something that's interesting to me. This is a Jurassic World holiday movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, annual.
But there does seem to be some element of cooking to it as well that Tom has put in there.
He
Right,
said,
what
"Hey,
you know.
chefs."
Right, what you know.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's part of it with him.
Yeah.
So cooking and raising dinosaurs real hard. Yeah. Claire, you've been fighting the evil genetic company Biosyn real hard now? So Santa will bring you a new Stegosaurus?
My favorite Jurassic World storyline, of course.
Everyone out there been good or what? Oh, that's not many. You guys are in trouble out there. So then there's some line notes here. The piano kicks in, and Tom starts strumming his sweet yellow electric guitar with authority.
Nice.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Indominus is coming to town. Indominus is coming to town. Indominus Rex is coming to town. So everyone's loving this. They're all singing and dancing. They think
I have a
it is
question.
good. Yeah, go for it.
Was that written in the Jackson 5 version of that song? It sounded like the Jackson 5
If
version.
I were to pinpoint which version, I feel like it might be the Bruce Springsteen version.
You did it,
Okay.
yeah. You did sort of, yeah.
Okay.
I heard it. Bruce. I think what Jamal's picking up on that there was a little bit of like, "Come in," which was Michael Jackson, but you were doing the Springsteen. So if it was like,
well,
put
Springsteen
them
is
together.
as we know, Springsteen the movie is a combination of Jackson 5 and
NWA the movie.
NWA the movie.
So like I said, everyone's enjoying it. They're all singing. This is the very end here. So the camera pans out, and in the distance, deeper in the woods, we can see three blue glowing figures. And you zoom in, and it's the ghost of John Hammond, Padma, and Newman from Seinfeld. They look on and smile with approval. And that's the end. So that's what Tom wrote. That's what he's scabbing with. So it's
And this got in. This made the final. This will be the final part of the movie.
he said 100%. He said it will be out before Christmas.
Oof, they got a ways to go. Well, did he say it was going to be all? Did he mention anything about it being AI? Are they going to like really like?
So that's what I was curious about: is who was going to finish the rest of the script, who he was working with. And he just kept writing back, I don't know, computers are shit. He said, we do everything online.
Mm-hmm.
He said they have meetings,
all
I don't go to
computers.
them. Yeah. So, I don't know.
That
I guess
sounds
Netflix
great.
bought it. I mean, it sounds really good. I mean, on par with some of those other holiday movies, the Star Wars holiday movie, others. So,
My wife and I recently watched a movie called Catch Me If You Claws, and I'll give you the quick synopsis of what this movie is. There's a woman who wants to be the lead anchor for a TV show, but they're not getting her chance. And one day she's home, and it's before Christmas, and there's this guy going around who's like robbing houses, who's known as the Santa. If you play a noise, either way, it turns out she falls in love with Santa, and it's a hot Santa movie. You had that ready to go on your phone. Were you gonna do that to Reeves?
No. I was waiting for you.
You knew I was gonna tell a story.
You
had it ready
always
to
do
go.
it. You always do it.
This is an audio medium. This is what we do. If we didn't do anything, we'd be pack your knives. I think.
All right, Reeves. Thank you.
Can't
Thank you
listen.
so much for sharing that from Tom. And,
Yeah.
And,
You know.
Good to know
welcome
he's
back.
still alive.
It's time to move on, though, to a segment we do every week called Chefs I Prepared for You. This is where we talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night and present it as if we are presenting it to the judges on Top Chef. At the end, there will be a vote through the democratic process that has not failed us yet. And there will be a winner because everything in life is competitive. I will go first.
It's true.
Chefs I prepared for you. Some brown rice, some sauteed kale, and taco spice diced chicken thighs.
Taco spice diced.
I gotta say, this taco spice was very good too. It was cutting through the other flavors. I was like, oh, okay, taco spice.
Now, did you get it from like a taco pack? Or is it like just...
No, I got it from Spiceology. I got taco seasoning
Hell
from
yeah.
Spiceology, and this shit's very good. And it has a little bit of a kick to it. And yeah, I just nice and dry rub these chicken thighs and bake them, and then juicy.
Can I guess what's in it?
Diced up. In what?
Your taco seasoning.
Sure, go ahead.
1, cumin.
No,
2, chili powder.
there's no
3.
cumin in it. I know that for a fact.
Cumin is literally taco. If you go smell cumin right now, that's what a homemade taco smells like.
Pretty sure it's curry spice, but all right.
Curry spice? Is this like a taco with like an Asian fusion or something like that? It's full of cumin. It's mostly cumin.
Okay.
You guys ever snorted cumin before? Shit'll fuck you up.
It's hard. I
Yeah.
would think it would hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. One time did it so hard, knocked myself all the way out the window.
Rolled down the hill,
Roll downhill.
Cumin out.
Mm-hmm.
got on the
Wow.
boat, ended up in London.
Anything else about my food, my dish, or are we moving on?
What? So I'm curious with rice. This is rice that you made, right?
Brown rice I made, yeah.
Brown rice. Do you use water or do you use like stock or broth?
A little combo.
Okay.
And then I also put 2 tablespoons of cold butter in while it's bringing up to a boil, and some other seasoning. I just didn't mention it.
Okay.
You put garlic in there. You put onion powder in there. I put ginger in there.
Ginger,
The
very
brown
good.
rice needs some seasoning. Also salt in there. Like the brown rice needs some flavor. Otherwise, it's just awful.
So that has been my life, is eating awful brown rice, and I am now learning that you should use other things to
Yes.
absorb into the rice to give
Yes.
it some flavor.
Yes. And sometimes if you're like adding spices, and you're like, that's enough. Go more.
Okay.
The minute
Okay.
you go, I think that's enough. I'm gonna no. It's better to be too much than too less with brown rice. It's not white rice, where it literally will soak up every flavor. You really need to drench that shit.
Good to know.
Good to know. Chefs, I prepared for you butternut squash pasta with brown butter breadcrumbs.
Brown butter breadcrumbs. You put the breadcrumbs in butter and saute them a little bit. Is that what that is?
That's all that is. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's fine. It actually called for way more breadcrumbs than you really need. It was like,
Yep.
do half a cup, You don't really need half a cup. You probably need a quarter cup. That's
Wait,
all.
what was this dish called again?
Butternut squash pasta with brown butter breadcrumbs.
Is this a home chef?
No, this is I mean, maybe it is too, but it's a New York Times cooking. This
Because this sounds like something I made that had brown breadcrumbs, brown butter breadcrumbs.
It's great alliteration. Love the alliteration there. A lot of fun.
A lot of fun bees.
A lot of fun. With your squash pasta, that just little spaghettis? You use the zoodler?
Yeah,
You
so
zoodle those?
this title is misleading. It isn't like you're making pasta.
These aren't zoodles.
Mm-mm. You use like regular pasta, but it just has butternut squash,
Okay.
that you cook and roll into it. That's like basically the sauce. Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. It needs, I mean, it has sage in it, which helps, and it needs like salt and pepper. It needs like something to like bump it. But it's fine. It's healthy, kind of. So
Yeah, butter.
a lot of butter, a whole stick of butter.
Yeah, nice and healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Vegetarian.
Yes. No
okay,
meat.
Brian, what did you purchase?
Well, chefs, last night it was my wife's birthday. It was Carrie's birthday. So what did I do?
Yes, it was.
Do I buy something? Do I cook a fancy meal? What do we do? Chefs, last night I procured for you Ethiopian food. Ethiopian restaurant. You get the vegetarian sampler for 2. You pick the 6 things that you want, and it is delicious and very good.
This is what you guys do on your on the birthday.
Hurt my tummy a little. But I'm blaming that on the 3 glasses of wine that I had. I don't drink a lot anymore, so I'm thinking maybe the wine didn't settle with me.
You thought it was the wine and not the 70% of the plate liquid sauce food?
I mean, Carrie ate the same stuff as me, and I'm the only one dealing with the fallout.
Well, we all know she has a rock-solid constitution.
She did say, she said, well, you're more sensitive to things than I am, which I don't think is true.
It's true.
But it could be that I'm getting old now, and those things are happening now. We learned we don't know who anyone is anymore, and I can't keep, and food doesn't sit right anymore.
Yeah. That's what changes. The older you get, the less you remember who people are.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is a stranger, you
Yes.
know, sometimes even in your own house. People walk in, you're like, I don't remember that person.
Who are you?
Yeah. Scare yourself looking in the mirror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who's that guy in this house?
And your tummy hurts a lot. You have to have Tums all the time.
Most days.
Yeah. So
I can't relate to this.
No?
I eat baby food. I don't really have tum-tum problems.
You've been putting more things into your food, though, not according to this meal that you had last night, but for a while you were experimenting and adding things.
Adding things? What do you mean?
You were branching out, you were trying new things, you were tasting, you were just like opening up yourself sexually to food.
I'm still opening up myself sexually to food, and just so everyone's listening, if you're out there on the restaurant scene, wear a condom.
Mm-hmm. There's something going around.
And we don't know what it is.
No.
Anytime I hear someone say, "Oh, I think I got food poisoning last night," I was like, "Yeah, well then maybe you should have wore a condom."
Yeah.
Or why you're
You
out there
wouldn't have
eating.
caught that disease if you put a condom in your mouth when you were eating at a restaurant.
I don't know why you're out there at a restaurant just eating something without protection.
Y'all are in the streets, not wearing condoms, eating food. It's gonna come back. Food poisoning is expensive, and it's for life.
Yeah.
It's for life. 18 years of food poisoning under your roof.
Yeah. It's actually longer than now. It's like 26 years.
Say 20. Yeah, it's tough out there.
So if you want to have food poisoning for that long, go ahead.
Yeah, get out there. And it's harder to get access to medicine that'll treat your food poisoning.
But I actually like visiting other I actually like visiting other restaurants, so I'm not going to get bogged down with food poisoning from one.
You show up with food poisoning, one restaurant's going to be like, I don't want anything to do with you. You already have food poisoning.
Please disclose all of the food poisoning that you have before you go to another restaurant.
Yes.
You have to be upfront about that.
Yeah, when I go to a restaurant and they're like, do you have a reservation? I said, yeah, but before we get to that, anyone here had food poisoning? And if they say yes, I'm like, I'm out. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of here. It's not safe.
Get a nice check from the government, though.
Yeah, and then my food condom drops out of my wallet, and I'm like, oh, keep it.
It's ruined
What is
now.
that for? You think you're gonna get fed tonight, man? You think you're gonna eat tonight, sir? Oh, I mean, maybe.
They're
I was
like,
hoping it.
this food condom's expired. When was the last time you've been to a restaurant?
I've been going to the same restaurant for a while, just the same one every night,
Yeah.
and I didn't think I needed it anymore.
Yeah.
And you didn't use a food condom the entire time?
No, it's just an old pack. You know, these condoms, they have that expiration date, but who believes those anymore, you know?
Is this why people stop listening to the podcast too?
Yes.
Possibly. All right, so let's do the vote. It's now time to vote on the winner of Chefs I Prepared for You. Remember, just like in democracy, you cannot vote for yourself. And
Just
I did read a news article the other day of some city council person lost a vote by one because they did not vote for themselves.
That's the rules.
Those are the rules.
Those are the rules.
Those are the rules.
That was democracy in action.
Yeah.
So I'll go
But
first.
it's one word in action, right?
It's one word. Yeah. In action. Put that hyphen in there. Anything is one word. I vote for Brian.
Wow.
Okay. And you know what's very, 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 very surprising? I vote for Brian too.
Oh my goodness.
Brian, you can't vote. Election's over.
Election's over, Brian. We don't need to hear your vote.
It's a Christmas miracle. I don't think I've ever won this.
Well,
maybe when a guest was on, a guest might have voted for me once out of pity. Wow. All right. Well, I mean, nope. You got to listen. I have a speech. Hold on. I have a speech.
For listeners at home, it is very comical what's happening right now. It is like a Slinky style speech.
It's
all right.
Post-it notes that are all stuck on the opposite sides of each other.
All right, that's the finale, part one. We'll be right back after this.
Wait! I was looking at my speech still.
Pod Chef.
Welcome back to Pod Chef, Season 7, Episode 13, finale, part one. It's back. It's time to start talking about Top Chef, finally. This is the 32-minute mark that you've been waiting for, and if you are one of our regular listeners, you haven't waited at all. You just jumped right to this point. They're in Singapore, folks.
And I forgot that they were going to be there when I turned it on.
Yeah,
It scared you so much, knocked you out of your chair, right?
Yeah, I rolled down the hill. Right out the house.
So quick fire challenge time. The chefs had to create traditional Singapore street food using a wok, which Angelo loved talking about his wok work. For the first time in the history of Top Chef, the winner in the final quick fire challenge won a guaranteed spot in the final. So this is kind of history making, because this is when Top Chef took a turn. They said, we're gonna do these quick fires in the last episode. It's gonna shoot you right to the finals, and now we're gonna do this forever. I don't like it either.
I don't like it.
I don't like that.
No immunity in the finals. You gotta earn your supper.
It makes it, I guess it adds an element of drama, but like for this episode, it didn't work because Ed just did well.
He still did really
Ed
good.
did very well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
There's a
don't like it
spoiler.
either.
Spoiler.
I think
Keep
an
it well.
advantage. Winning the quick fire gives you an advantage in the immolation challenge.
Yeah, you should be able to cook for like an hour or more or something, or like.
Mm-hmm.
You should be given you should be having a third arm genetically attached to your side that you have control over with your brain.
Yeah, and it moves. It's not like just
Obviously,
it gets attached.
It's not
moves.
dead. It's not dead and weird.
Don't try
Have a
and monkey paws.
Dead weird arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you a third arm, but it's not there. Just it limps there. Ha ha ha. Joke's on you. No, it works.
Mm-hmm.
But it is handsy to the person wearing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
does
think one of the
feel.
it has been canceled recently. That
Yeah.
third hand
That's why you don't see it anymore.
used to be a very high up producer in Hollywood. I think sometimes the advantages should be you should be allowed to eat some of the other people's food before it
While
goes
they're
to
doing
judges.
Oh,
Well, before it goes to judges' table, you get to intercept the dish and eat it a little bit.
and go send that one out to Tom.
Yeah. think that'd be fun.
Tom's like, I didn't get any food.
That's an advantage, right?
Which is kind of what Tom was complaining about this week. We'll hear it in this small talk clip of the week. He was so worried that there wasn't going to be enough food.
I actually love that idea. If you could eat the other person's food, and you had to like be aware of your dish at all times, while like you have to like keep an eye on what you're doing. You would come by and just eat it.
Wait! Give me that. Okay, okay, take it there. Yes. So this is a funny episode for Angelo. I mean, every episode is funny for Angelo. He says that, it's my destiny to win this because I'm so passionate about Asian culture.
Mm-hmm.
So it's my destiny because we're in Asia, so I must win it. I gotta do it. I have to. There's a lot of him talking to himself.
Yeah, he's losing
beating
it.
himself up. Yeah.
What is "We Are in Singapore," Captain Jack Sparrow?
Oh, that's from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. When he says,
they're in Singapore?
No, he says, whenever something happens in the movies that's like weird, he's like, you've clearly never been to Singapore.
Oh, that's like the joke.
Yeah.
So
you didn't really have to read that out loud because it was from me. That was just me writing to me. So.
Oh. Well, I want to make sure people know your hard work. I want to talk about a joke that was said early on in this episode. We'll just get it out of the way. Angelo asks either Kevin or Ed, I don't remember, do you like black cockles?
Yes.
And the person's response is, not as much as you.
Yes.
And what they're doing is, they're being a little raunchy here.
Talking about how you like some of the black contestants who used to be on the show.
Yes. When they say cockles, they mean...
Tiffany.
Yes.
And the other girl who was young, who's off the show now.
Yeah.
Who's been
eliminated early.
Yeah. So, we're talking about them.
I took offense to black people being referred to as cockles. Because we're cockle spaniels.
Yeah. And then just back then, people didn't know. They just didn't, didn't talk that way.
So. This is from what, 2010?
That's why on most forums when they say, what's your ethnicity, you got to put black, non-Hispanic. Because otherwise you're cockle spaniel.
I put do not disclose so I get unfair advantages, and they find out I'm white and they go, oh, you, and they shake their fist at me.
You
I
still
put
get
do
the
not
job,
disturb.
Though, right?
Okay.
Yeah, no, I still get the job. Yeah. They go, thank God.
Reeves, are you walking us through the notes, or do you want me to?
You please.
Okay. All right.
Please do.
So we start off, and they're taking their big cameras through the nice and tiny streets through Singapore, just trying all the street food. I gotta be honest with you all. I don't know if I can, just because I'm such a germaphobe, I don't know if I can do street food the way they were doing it, sitting down, dipping your spoon into the same tray as everyone else multiple times to get seconds and thirds. That's just,
it's a little much. And I mean, it continues throughout the whole, until they get to the quick fire, because the quick fire, they have to go and try. Everything is written in Cantonese, I think, or something. They can't read it. So they're all sticking their disgusting fingers in the sauce.
yeah.
And then sticking it back in. Everyone's doing that. And then, of course, they are sweating as if they are running a marathon.
Yes.
And that's going in all of the food and on everyone else. It's very disgusting.
A funny joke here to me that said Angelo has an issue. The labels are in Cantonese and he can't read them.
Is that your joke, or that's what it said in the episode?
That's my funny joke. I tickled myself with that.
It's good. It works.
Yeah, no, that's
so
all right.
Ed wins this very sweaty quickfire in the hot jungles of Singapore. He won with stir-fry noodles with black pepper sauce, lobster, and gailan.
Can I say this is one of the episodes when like they're walking around when they're doing all these things and they're like trying the food and they go, oh no, and there's Padma. Like, what did you think was going to happen? That you were just going to try food all night?
Yeah, did you think she wasn't going to be here?
Oh no, Padma. Can you imagine if your job was when people saw you, they went, oh no.
People do that.
I'd be pretty pissed. Which she was.
Hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Hurt my feelings.
How dare you? I
You
host
guys
the
excited
show.
to see me? I'm
You
the
haven't
host.
seen me in a while.
It's been like a month.
We found each other in Singapore, of all places in the
What
world.
are the- yeah.
I didn't even know you guys were going to be here.
You guys are here?
What? You're here?
All right,
All of
well,
you?
you're here, I guess. Let's do a quickfire challenge.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick fire then.
Let's do an elimination after that. Let's talk about the
Okay.
elimination challenge. Working as one team, all 4 chefs created a cohesive menu celebrating Singaporean cuisine for an event hosted by Food and Wine Magazine, aka Queen Gale.
This was hardly an event. This felt just like a dinner.
Yeah, it felt like a dinner.
Because the judges were, I don't know what the event was.
Angela was mad that the elimination was team based.
As he should be, I think. This is the finale.
He hates teams, but he loves ordering brides that he hasn't met.
Yes.
But he hates
Those are two
teamwork.
things about him.
So
Of course.
that's interesting.
That is his other show.
Bride bake.
Brian Mick. That's
Was
right.
this really a team challenge, though? Honestly,
Not really, because they kept
mean-
going back and forth when they were like, "Oh, we should do one dish," and I feel like that was weird that Ed was steering them to like, "We should just do one dish,"
And then he did.
and then he's like, "Oh, I've been planning for 2 the whole time."
We
Yeah.
talking about it, and then when Tom showed up, and he was like, "No, I'm doing 2. Like I'm right."
Thomas, like, he showed up in the kitchen.
Let's play the clip. Play the
yeah,
clip. This is
let's see.
Tom's small talk clip of the week.
Minutes. How's it going?
Good, Chef. How are you?
I'm looking at the menu. You know, this is like a party for Food and Wine Magazine. You guys only have 4 dishes? I mean, you think that's enough?
I planned for 2 all along.
Ed pipes up and starts telling Tom that he's doing 2 dishes.
All right. I really think you guys need to do 2 apiece.
Absolutely. I planned for 2 anyway.
We're all pretty surprised. So we decided to do a second dish.
Good, Chef.
Ooh, sneaky little devil.
I feel like after that, Angelo said something like, "I'm hearing word of Ed planning to do 2 dishes," or something like that. Like he didn't just hear the exact conversation. Like it's trickling to him somehow.
So I'm hearing secondhand that he's doing 2 dishes.
I love the back and forth they had in the when Ed's like, I'm very sarcastic. Some people think I just come off as a douchebag, but I think when Angelo's talking to me, I am on purpose trying to be a douchebag.
Yeah.
And he was really getting under his skin, just answering questions as annoyingly as possible.
Yeah. Well, Ed had no pressure. He's already in the final.
Yeah.
And Angelo he's hearing voices. He's so paranoid because it's his destiny. And he's shaken because he doesn't have immunity. And then later he says, it's actually, it's actually better to not have immunity
Yeah.
because it keeps the fire burning. And actually now that I feel better that I don't have immunity.
Yeah.
At first I was like real pissed about it, but now I'm like, it's very cool and actually
This is good.
cooler.
This
Yeah.
is better.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ed came across screen and said, "How many dishes are you making again?"
He said, "You're doing 2. I'm doing 2 now. Don't do 2. I'm doing 2. We're doing 2. We're doing 2."
Yeah,
You're
Ed
gonna
said,
do
"I'm
2?
actually doing 3, but I'm paring it down to 2 now."
Yeah, I came up with like 17 dishes, but I guess I'll do like 2 or 3. I don't know. I got a lot of time on my hands, so I might just throw some together just for just to fuck around. Like, who gives a fuck?
The team needs to come up with a made-to-order menu for 89ers. This is the part that I thought made sense why they're doing 4. All the dishes are made to order. They're not allowed to really prep anything. They have to cook as it comes in.
Al minute.
Yeah,
that's
why it makes
that's a lot.
sense. And I mean, like, the challenge itself is very open-ended. So they say like team challenge, but then they decide smartly. They're like, let's do 1 dish.
Yeah.
And let's all just do our own dish.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then Don got in there and was like, this is a party for Food and Wine Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing 1 dish?
4 dishes? You seen that magazine? It's filled with dishes.
Then Ed, of course, is like, "I'm doing 2, Tom," and he becomes the biggest like brown noser like teacher's pet ever. "Oh, I'm doing 2, Tom."
That fucking guy, Sleepy Joe
Which-
Biden, Ed.
I do love this part. At some point in this, he does say like, "I had a learning disability growing up, and now something about like showing those people they were wrong. They thought it was fucking stupid or something like that." He says.
It is like he starts with that and then he tries to make a connection. I think it is just like I'm showing those fucking idiots that I'm doing well now or something like that. I don't know.
I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, I'm actually not. I'm actually real good at cooking, so much that I do too many dishes.
Yeah. So, what do you say to that?
Kelly can't use a can opener. And then she gets busted open.
I love that Angelo's like, I see blood on the floor, and I don't know if it's chicken blood. I don't know if it's duck blood. I don't know if it's pig blood. I don't know.
I'm surprised he didn't put his pinky down. Or
He
like
probably did. They're probably
like
like
a
"Do
soup
not."
spoon.
Yeah.
And be like, I need to try and figure out which blood this is.
Very detective-like.
And it turns out that it was Kelly, hacked her whole finger off, put it in a
Yep.
glove, and their glove proceeded to fill up comedically with blood. And she had like a Mickey Mouse hand that was red.
Yeah, it's so gross.
And
Check
she
it
just
out.
kept
fans.
going. She just kept cooking.
Yeah.
Yuck.
So we find out in a quick clip that Kevin's weakness, was it crayfish that they were?
Prawns.
Prawns. They were prawn fishing. And he didn't want to touch them after he caught one. And he was like, no, that ain't me.
Very
I'm going
scared.
to get this off.
It's like, I don't trust that prawn. That prawn might bite me.
Yeah.
I think prawns and shrimp have like a really sharp kind of front nose thingy that I have speared myself with before when preparing shrimp.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's what he's afraid of
Cut
when like
that off.
dressing down shrimp. What?
Aren't you supposed to cut that off?
I mean, if you get like a bunch of like shrimp or prawns, you toss them in a thing, you dip your hands in there to grab them out. One could just like spear you, you know?
So Dana Cowan is dressed like she's attending Slytherin this year in that dress she was wearing, and the whole table feels like it's, I don't know. Every time they have these judges' tables when they're about to eat, I'm always interested in seeing what the vibe's going to be like, because sometimes it feels like they all don't talk off camera at all.
Yeah.
They all don't actually like hang out ever outside of this show. So I don't know. This one, I don't know.
So something interesting with the vibe at the table is Tom ordered for everyone.
I love it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He started grabbing menus from people.
No. I got it.
like-
I got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna order for everyone. We'll have 5 of everything.
Yeah.
Felt like a big man after that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let me do it. I know what's good here. Let me have
Yeah.
everything that's on the menu because we're the judges. We taste everything.
Yeah. I also know that they're making 2 dishes each.
Yeah.
You guys are making 2 dishes. I
Yeah.
did that.
I know that. We're having more food because of me, which I think
We're
was
in
the goal all
Singapore.
along. He wanted more food. I just think that's what it was. He wanted more food. In fact, he seemed upset that he couldn't tell them before they went to the market because he probably wanted multiple main dishes too.
I'll tell you what he did want more of. That
Stoner food.
frickin'
From Ed?
stoner food. The
I
banana
think they were all.
fritters.
I think they were blazed. I think that he was like, only
Yeah.
1 dish each, dude. Come on, man. We're gonna
Nah,
be
brother, I
hungry.
got the munchies.
This is Food and Wine magazine, brother. We're in Singapore. We're on that Singapore kush.
Yeah, we're already on the wine. Bring the food.
What
It's
was the
hot.
banana fritter? Just banana, like fried, like
Fried banana, I think. Yeah. Tom never had that in his life.
Also had red chili paste.
That's right. There was that fun scene when like Angela was like saying something about red chili paste to Ed, and Ed was like, "Oh yeah, we get it, Angelo. You know how to do Asian food or something like that." It was weird. It was weird stuff. Angelo and like Ed had some little like some rough stuff in the kitchen when he asked him for sesame seeds, and he was just like, "No." And he's like, "No, you don't have them," and "No, you don't." And he's like, "No, just stop, like, don't talk to me." And he was like, "Fucking sick of this" or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like their back and forth. Though.
They should fight.
Yeah, they should just have a full-on fight right by the frying oil.
Yeah, let's just have a
That'd be
fight by
good.
the frying oil.
So
Loser has to put their hand in.
yeah, let's just go right to the judges' table. Ed wins. Ed wins with sweet and sour pork with crispy rice and potato cakes, kailan, and banana fritter with red chili paste, like we said. Yeah, they really liked his stuff. This is after all that talk from Angelo saying, "Oh, I wouldn't want to have immunity," because I couldn't think of the word for a second. I almost reverted back to Katie from season 1 and almost said inability to be sent home. I don't want immunity.
It was a
'cause I'm
simpler
gonna-
time then.
Yeah. But he now Ed gloats, to us, the audience, is like, yeah, I've beaten Angelo at his game now multiple times, so it's no big deal. It is what it is. But they got to send someone home. Someone's not going to make the finals.
Someone goes all the way to Singapore to
Go home.
get right. The plane is there. It
Yeah.
didn't
Plane
cut
is
off.
fueled.
They say, keep that plane running.
Yeah.
Okay. We're sending someone right back to you,
Yeah.
and you're sending them right back to wherever they came from.
Where the fuck they
Where
came.
the
Yeah.
fuck? Just get him off this fucking country.
Get
him
the
out of here.
Fuck
Get
out
outta
of
here.
his time zone.
Get them out of here.
Get him out of here.
Yeah. Angelo
Um,
says, he's like, I know 100%. I'm going home.
Mhm.
Going home.
Well, he
Which is
said,
why I
"I'm
didn't
going
want
home.
immunity."
It's my turn, babe. It's my
Yeah.
turn, babe."
My turn. Going home.
He was
You wanna-
knowing how the season ends, you can like really see the cracks in Angelo
Oh.
like really starting
Oh,
to
yeah.
like open wide in this episode.
yeah.
He's like losing it. He's putting so much
Oh, yeah.
pressure on himself. And he's like, "This is Asian. I'm in Singapore. This is me. I gotta do. I'm Angelo. I'm the best." And just like,
Yeah.
it's
The voices in his head are just like completely tearing him apart. So much so that, there's nothing wrong with this. But Angelo does start crying at Judge's table.
bawling.
Breaks down completely before they announce who is eliminated.
And we hear who is eliminated.
I wish all three of you can continue on, but unfortunately, one of you has to go.
Kelly, please pack your knives and go.
I really wanted to experience what it was like to compete at the highest level, and I did. This journey is not easy. The competition is a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. Just makes me really thankful for what I have at home. It was a really good experience.
So
It just ended
Kelly's,
there.
Kelly's going home. The clip is long if I kept it going. And Angelo is crying not because she's going home, but because he's made it to the finals. So I just want everyone to know that she's telling Angelo to cut it out. Like he's crying, like he's sad.
Yeah.
She's go.
He's
He's,
like, no,
not
it's
sad.
not about you.
No, this is nothing to do with you whatsoever.
I'm glad
actually,
you're wrong.
Yeah, I actually have something to talk about with my future wife now. So Kelly's going home. Where are they now, Reed?
So Kelly Lycan, fun fact, she was an intern at the Little Inn in Washington. I was like, oh, yet to go there. Want to go there at some point, but it's semi-local. So she's a wellness and business coach. I think for people that are doing food and health stuff. I think kind of hard to
Okay.
tell. I think it's like that whole consultant world of like for restaurants and
Yeah.
food business. I think that's kind of what she's doing.
You show
and
up, you're like, this tastes good.
This
Do
is
more of
good.
this.
To
Do
throw
more of
that
these
out.
dishes.
Yeah.
Maybe try doing chicken wings. That's me as a food consultant. I come in, they're like, what do you think? I'm like, I don't know, man. Try chicken. People fucking love chicken wings.
You guys got any chicken wings around here?
If you guys have got them, you know where I can get some?
And then in 2016, she opened Harvest Vale in Colorado.
Harvest Vale.
Harvest Vale. So that's what she's doing. Good for her.
Good for
And
her.
no website that I could find.
Yeah, they don't like websites.
That's why she's not
anymore.
responding to my emails.
No one does
Yes.
websites anymore.
I just
Who does a
I
website
took a
anymore?
stab at her email address.
Did you just guessed.
Yeah.
I
I could.
love that. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for this week. That's it for the holiday episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Oh, wait.
Christmas. Wait, it's not Christmas yet. We probably won't have time to do one before Christmas.
But this is the holiday episode, so I hope it gets you in the holiday spirit. It's not Christmas, but you should be full on in the spirit, and hopefully this helps you. Enjoy the holidays, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You guys
So
in the
much to be
spirit?
grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
This podcast,
There's that Tom movie coming out.
that Tom movie coming out, and not
That's
Tom
Christmas.
Cruise. We're not talking about
Mhm.
Tom Cruise. That movie
No.
is also coming out.
That movie already came out. It's called The Mummy. It's bad.
Yeah. Don't see that.
No.
See-
See this: Jurassic World,
Jurassic
Dominion,
World.
Kingdom of Tears,
Yeah.
colon, an annual holiday movie.
Holiday Extravaganza.
Extravaganza.
Mm.
I did that from the mnemonic device.
There you go. See, they work.
It
Yeah.
does
And that's
work.
how you freaking ace the LSTAT. Okay.
Yep, and that's why I am a lawyer. Is that what that test is?
Mm-hmm.
All
So what are you guys
well,
gonna do for Christmas?
I know what I'm going to be doing. I'm
Me
going
too.
to be packing up a bunch of knives and heading out. See you next time. 2024.
This was fun. This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
Nice.